All right, in the past few weeks, we've all seen how the conditions in the earth have made us to have to adjust, in our lifestyles and adjust in, many things. There's a lot of destruction that has gone on around us that has made us have to shift. And this disruption has accelerated a lot of things. Things that we thought maybe wouldn't happen for another 5 years have happened in the space of a few months. For example, work from home was something that has been purported to probably not start until another couple of years, maybe another 5, 6 years. But we've seen that change, and one of the things that is spurring this video, for example, is the need for the church, for believers generally to shift in our mindset and shift in our thinking towards these things. Right now, we still seem to be the late adopters or adopters of technology. We still seem to be the late bloomers when it comes to using tech and using these new models of executing things or doing things. But it's important for us to shift our mindset. And I mean, in my meditation, my thinking, there are three stages I think that the church is presently, when it comes to adopting technology and these new things. First of all, there's the awareness stage, and that seems to be where we are, where we're trying to be. For many of us, it is news that, oh, there's technology that can do this, and for many of us, we've had to adjust and shift our positions, shift our normal way of doing things, shift from a traditional mindset of doing church to a digital mindset, shift from a global mindset where we are focused on being everywhere to a digital mindset where we're trying to connect with individuals. But that aside, a lot of information has to go, and that's why books are beginning to roll out, videos are beginning to roll out, people are beginning to get more aware of the fact that, oh, technology is a tool that can be used for kingdom advance, as against our old mindset where we are struggling with technology, where we think technology is something that is demonic or devilish, and all that. So we are presently in that stage, and of course, as awareness begins to grow, what will happen is that it will lead us to the next stage, which is the stage of adoption, where we now become comfortable with this, where the average church, whether small or big, now begins to adopt technology as part of our structure. Right now, technology is still outside, is still outside our present structure. What we are using tech to do is to push what we are doing in the church. So we are trying to use tech to broadcast what we are doing. But I believe that we're going to shift to a time where technology will be will be a part of our structure. It will be something that we are doing, whatever it is that we are doing, with tech will be carrying along what we're already doing with physical, what we're already doing with our physical stuff. So we'll have, like somebody said, we'll have a phygital kind of how do I put it now, synergy, where we have physical and digital working together in a synergy to produce disciples and produce change in lives of people, produce the kind of results that we're looking at. Presently, our church structure is focused on physical meetings as the primary way of influence. So, and physical meetings primarily with individual interaction from one person, the pastor and the leader, to other people in the congregation. And that has worked for us for a long while. I sense that what's going to be happening is that we're going to be shifting from that, and that shift has already begun, and it will lead us, like I said, into this second phase, which is the stage of adoption, where technology now becomes a part of our present structure. It's not something that we are doing as an aside, it's something that is part of our flow. So considering that, we need to begin to change our mindset, begin to find how tech can be a part of our development, how tech can be a part of how we can evolve from just using technology as a tool, as an end in itself, or instead as a means to an end, and the end being discipleship, the end being impacting the nations, the end being discipling the nations, where we can begin to use tech. So we need to begin to consider that, we need to begin to shift, like somebody said, a good friend of mine I just made recently, Jeffrey, move from digital communication to digital mission. So we need to shift from that place of when we're just using technology to broadcast what we're doing, to show people what is going in our inner circles, to actually making tech the opportunities to be able to connect with people on the inner circle, where the tech actually becomes the platform for the inner circle and the inner development. Of course, the thing is that this thing is evolving, so nobody has a clear template yet, but then that will lead us from that place of adoption, that will lead us into the place of actual experimentation and execution. And it is in the experimentation and the execution that we begin to develop models. We begin to find out what is working right now, what is not working again, and begin to adjust ourselves, and then we can now come up with models that can work. So we start from the awareness level. We need to move from that awareness level of being aware of the possibilities that tech can do and the things that tech can do, in accomplishing the Great Commission, to the place of adoption, where we now accept it as part of our structure. We accept it, we create models, we create infrastructure that can support the execution of tech, and then move from that place to the place of execution, where we now have existing structure, where we have existing modus operandi, documented processes that we know we can follow through and follow up with. I hope this has been helpful for you. Thank you, and God bless you.